right.
Hello, hello.
What is this? This is episode 4? Is it 4?
Yeah,
There we go.
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong.
I mean, when we say casual people, this is
We,
Unscripted Author Chat episode. Oh, wait, it's 3 or 4. I
one
don't
of
know.
them.
One of them.
I don't count, I
Um,
write.
yeah, seriously. Uh, so I'm Kimberly Grymes, and
I'm CJ Dainton. You write.
I write YA fantasy under Kimberly Grymes.
Yep,
And this year I'm starting a new pen name for K Grymes, where I'm going to be writing some adult fantasy and romance stories.
found my
A little kick in it.
like adding like little chili pepper.
Yeah, some chili
Oh,
pepper
some
spice.
chili pepper.
Low chili pepper. We're not going to burn our
Low
parts.
chili peppers. Got it.
Yeah.
Potato. Um,
I keep thinking, we got to make sure this is PG-13.
Speaking of potatoes and things getting away from us. Oh, I write historical fiction, by the way, but we can
Oh,
move
yeah,
on.
sorry.
Um, Speaking of potatoes and things getting away from us, I reposted on Threads this hilarious post about a gentleman who, and I think maybe from the UK, and he had been doing something, I'm assuming gardening wise, but he had a Swede, which I think
A what?
it is Swede. I think it's like a rutabaga or some kind of root vegetable.
Okay.
But I guess it had rolled down a hill and he'd had to chase his Swede down the hill and it had ended up under someone's car. And so in the dark, and I guess he was in like a raincoat, I don't know, something had happened where it made him look, I guess, rather suspicious to be foraging around under his vehicle looking for his escaping Swede. And it just caught me at the right spot. I lost it. I thought vegetables rolling away is never not funny. Like it just will always. So I think potato is the right code word
I think that's
for us.
fantastic.
For us, yes.
Oh yes, that's just, I'm gonna have to Google Swede later.
Yeah, I think it's a type of root vegetable, but like then I'm kind of wondering like what is he doing in the rain in the dark with a root vegetable?
Yeah, he had a hankering.
Hankering for sweets. Um, yeah. I just imagine him standing on the top of a hill and just watching his root vegetable kind of just bouncing down the hill. That seems like then going under a car. You just like, oh. But no, he went and rescued his Swede.
And this was a video. Somebody recorded
Oh,
him.
no. He just was
Oh, a
commenting on it.
story.
But
I
then you
thought you were
go,
watching.
no. That would also be, I probably would have laughed at him and at the Swede and at the
Yes.
rolling down the hill. Um, No, I think he's just writing about it, but the comments were so good. Like everyone chiming in, like, hope you got to the bottom of it. All the root vegetable jokes. Yeah.
I feel
Turnip
like
jokes.
my
Yeah.
kids are big on reading comments and commenting on videos and doing all that
Hmm.
stuff. Like getting reactions from their comments is very trendy.
Yes. Yes. The comment section did not fail. It was brilliant. So I was there for all the root vegetable jokes. Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of recent events, inspired by you last week, I got myself a 5 year.
Oh, I love it. I freaking love it.
I conquered my fears. So far, I've done a total of just marking everyone's birthdays in there. That's all I've done. But
Hey,
that's
now
as
were
far as
you
I've got.
now you weren't one of those people growing up where you had a planner addiction, were you? Because I know I was.
So we had planners foisted upon us by the schools. And we had, well, I think we talked about this last time because we had like whole classes on goal setting and um time management and project management, although they didn't call it that, but that type of idea. And I don't regret them at all. They were, I think, very helpful skills to be teaching teenagers, especially.
We should note too, like this was in Australia.
It was, yes. Um, and I don't know if my school was unique, but that was some of the classes that we were given. And so we used those planners pretty heavily with regards to like homework and stuff like that, which stands to reason. Um, I like it. It's just very tricky because I those systems appeal to me, not to be ruled by them. And I think that was the challenge that you kind of gave me last time was that um it's like it's observing. It's not a taskmaster. It's just an observation thing.
Yeah.
So,
It's a learning, it's to figure, to learn more about yourself thing. Yes.
yeah. So, um with that, I've also planned out not
Oh,
not
you're using the
time-wise.
P words. I love
You
it.
know, shocking even myself. But I did plan out sort of ish, not calendar wise, but just a year or so ago, I did create some like real stills, that kind of thing, that were all book related to help with um book launch stuff. Haven't used them yet, obviously. But they're there, they're sitting there and they're able to be used. And so I kind of was going through trying to align like, how do I want to introduce my project to people and what do I want them to know about it? And um, what I'm the kind of person who would read my book. So what do I want to see when I'm seeing someone else who writes a book I'm interested in? What draws me to those things? And what do I want to know about people's projects when they're writing them and introducing them to the world? So I'm kind of basing it off the assumption that like I would want to read my book, what attracts me to certain posts and engagement online in that genre.
I think that's
And just
smart.
try to align those type of posts with the resources that I've already created and see. So I guess it's planning, but it's not really planning.
Can I add a third layer?
Sure. I'm ready
Because
with
that's all
mine.
fantastic. And I love planning. But also
Yeah.
remember, you can recycle a lot of that content because not everyone will see it on that first post.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So sharing it at different times on a different day, you might get a different group of people who see it, or different social media outlets as well.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like with Instagram, it's a one and done thing. So
Yeah.
within 24 to 48 hours, they say whoever has seen that post, that's pretty much who's going to see the post.
Huh.
So
That tracks because with engagement on I enjoy threads. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. Um, Mostly because of the rolling root vegetables. Um, but I've had such strange engagement over the past 30 days, and feel like I'm starting to learn some things. The algorithm there is very, for me at least, unpredictable
on threads.
on threads specifically. And I can only assume because they're attached, probably Instagram too. But what what takes off and what doesn't seems very unreliable. What Like if I post a still picture, very low engagement.
Mhm.
If I repost something, very low engagement. The main engagement I get is when I post something without a picture, or interestingly enough, if I post something with a GIF, like a meme attached. For some reason,
Yes.
that gets a little bit more traction.
Oh my
And by
gosh.
traction, sorry, go ahead.
You had shared, I'm sorry, that
Go ahead.
that oh, I can't remember his name from NSYNC. Did you share that? You shared that with me.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
Like that is what you're talking about. That woman just shared a random meme
Yes.
or message. She was a conversation with
Yeah.
her daughter. And then in the comments, when everybody was posting, she's like, "Oh, well, while you're here, here's my book."
Right.
I thought that was freaking genius.
Yeah. Her kid had just made some, wow, sort of borderline, just
Hey, did you know who Nick Lachey is?
he was
He
like a
had,
supporting member of some other group that someone else
yeah,
made famous.
he
It was just
helped with
something along those
NSYNC.
lines. Yeah. But to do with NSYNC and of course, every kid of the 90s lost their minds. And they're like, what?
But the
And I
comments were just like, "Oh,
hilarious.
here's Ringo Starr. He helped with Beatles."
He helped with the Beatles, yeah. Um, he was just there cheering them on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, it
But I
was
see what you're
really,
saying in regards to those kind of things are, I have noticed too, getting
yeah,
more visibility.
just super organic. And again, not everything takes off, but sometimes it does. And um, I haven't had a ton of engagements with writers either. And recently I posted something about this book coming out from an author I love and how it had some weird echoes of a project I've been working on for, a really long time. And I didn't get hardly any likes, but I had so many other writers who responded, other authors who said, keep going,
Yeah.
hold on to your idea. It's your voice, it's unique to you. And I was absolutely, yeah, just all my gasters were blabbered because and I think I mentioned this earlier, but like, not, I haven't, most every author I've come across in terms of writing in our groups and just in general is kind and lovely and wonderful. You rarely come across somebody who isn't, but I was still really taken aback at everybody taking the time to reply and being so generous and so kind and encouraging. And I was like, dang, like it was a really good reminder that this writing community that we're a part of, this industry is so, it just has such a tremendous capacity for kindness. Anyway, I did feel encouraged and I was really, really grateful for that interaction. But again, completely out of left field, wasn't expecting hardly anything, and really grateful for those points of connection. So
I
I'm still
do feel
here.
like we do have an amazing community. I
Yeah.
mean, on Threads and a lot of the social media platforms, but but the cheering is pretty great when you post
Mhm.
something and
Yeah.
you whether you use a tag or a header or whatever to the writing community or author community, or whether you don't, like they see it and they post.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Somebody on Threads mentioned that Threads is more the social media where it's about how you engaging with other people's posts rather than you posting, if that makes sense.
yeah,
And the
I always
traction is often in the comments, which I thought was an
compare it
interesting
to
observation.
Twitter or X and how Twitter or X is just everybody dumping and then you get some random stuff. But I feel like Threads does really great with finding your community and making sure
Mm.
you see
Yeah.
posts from your
Yeah.
community. So
Mm.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel like I've the majority of stuff I see is from stuff I'm interested in.
Oh, interesting. My my page is weird. Like I end up with these like bursts where like one day I'll see like tons of things related to potatoes, which I don't mind. And then other days it's all like millennial Gen X conversations. And then another day it's like beards. And I'm like, I can't seem to, you know,
Beards.
show me your beards. It, I can't predict often. Other days it's like sometimes it's super political, and then other times it's like cats and puppies. And I'm like, there's no way when you open it to kind of predict what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah.
One was all about one day people's sourdough starter failures. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I got a sequence of
All
posts,
of this on Threads?
yeah, inside the sourdough starters that were all about hot dogs. I'm like, I'm confused. What what is happening?
I can see you looking at your phone, just being like,
It's like I know it's late and I need to go to bed, but hot dogs? We were just with the sourdough starters.
that's
So,
funny.
so it's super hectic for me. And sometimes I can't dip in because it's just, or I got the
If it's
mold.
that unpredictable for you, it can get
Yes.
overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, um, we potatoed again. But yeah, that's sort of
Well, I'm
I
excited about your 5-year planner.
yeah. So what other things, I'm just curious, what other things should I be putting in here? Obviously, like anything that's predictable, right? Like birthdays is a good place to start because you probably don't want to launch a book on somebody's special day.
Well, yes. Yes. And that's kind of a big thing in regards to, do you want to keep your planner focused mainly on the writing stuff, or do you want to incorporate appointments and birthdays? And I mean, that's all good to know too.
Sure.
Um, but
I think
it's not the end of the
structure. I just need
world
the
if you
structure.
release a book on somebody's birthday. For me, it's not.
Okay. You're not going to be sitting there all day thinking about what's going on and if everything's like launched properly.
Oh, I'm thinking about the launch, not the birthday. It's
That's
your
what I'm
birthday.
saying.
Happy birthday. If we're going out to dinner for your birthday, we're going out to dinner to celebrate both.
Right. Okay. Well, I personally will make it my goal for the next 5 years to try and dodge birthdays, not doing anything on a birthday. So yeah, what other things should I keep in mind? I'm thinking maybe like obviously I don't have access to school schedules out that far, but current year school breaks and
I
things like that.
Yeah, definitely school stuff is important. Breaks, holiday
Okay.
vacations, stuff like
Sure.
that. When you get to the point when you're going to go start doing events, you're going to want to put those into your calendar because you're going to want to incorporate all of this stuff into your publishing timeline. So, and to me, for me personally, my publishing timeline doesn't actually start until I send my manuscript to my line editor. So, because it could take
Wait,
you.
say that again because I think that's really important.
So, my publishing timeline
Hmm.
doesn't actually start until I send my manuscript to my line editor. So,
Line editor.
before the line editor, when you're doing self edits, when you're doing beta reads, when you're doing just a lot of writing, that
Yeah.
is part of the writing timeline. That's part of the writing. And then you switch over into the publishing timeline once you send it off to your line editor.
Mm,
That's for me because then I know I can calculate how long everything will take from there. But when you're writing a story, it's really hard to predict when you're going to finish. So
yeah.
having that divide between the writing and the publishing side right there when you send that manuscript off really helps. And that's something like you'll figure out as you go forward with publishing more and more stories, um, that publishing side, you'll be
Right.
able to calculate all of that. And especially because you write historical fiction, which tends to
Yeah.
be a lot longer than,
Longer.
say,
Yeah.
if you dipped into like contemporary romance or contemporary fiction. Those
Right.
might be a little shorter. So the
Right.
writing side varies. But it's all something that,
That's good
you
tips.
want to track, you want
Sure.
to. You say, okay, I'm starting this manuscript here for the writing stage. You don't have to set goals. You don't have to say, I want to write 5,000 words this month. All you got to do is just jot down like a journal or a diary and just say, like on Fridays, say, this is how I feel. This is what I got done. And so going forward in like 3 or 4 months, you'll have so much data to see your writing habits, to see when you were able to do things and it really just helps plan that writing side of the
Mm.
timeline. For me, it did. I did 2 months, I think. I did 2 months of tracking.
Oh, you tracked 2 months to start? Okay. I
I
was going to
did.
track 12 months to start, but I think I'm being a little ambitious.
Yeah. So when I started a new project, I did 2 months and I kept a journal every day or something. And I'm a full-time writer, so it's a little different for me.
Sure.
Um, but I really found out, I prefer writing in the mornings. I prefer writing on during the weekday when my kids are at school. I need silence. I don't. So
Yeah.
it was just learning all these habits, which helped me set up for future writing, make sure I have these conditions, these settings, and then I know I can get a decent output.
Now that you've said that, I think should probably jump in and write down because last night we have somebody who was like, I need to get unstuck. And I said, I need to get unstuck. And they said, let's do sprints. So we did some sprints and um it was in the evening. And I do think I know it sounds weird, but do you get more done with the lights low? Like, does it affect you? I mean, I've written in all types of scenarios, carpool line, coffee shop, all kinds. But like, do you notice that you something about like when you got a little less sensory stimulation, you're able to focus better?
I have found that turning my laptop and my monitors, like when I'm in Word, I turn it on dark mode or I put the focus mode on so it gets rid of all of the headers and it's just the dock. That definitely helps. And then you remember
Interesting.
my horse blinder hat? Oh my
Okay.
God. That helped too for a while.
I remember I remember when you texted me that and there was a moment where I paused and I had a second where I was like, should I be worried?
I would still be wearing it, except the hat was so old in my closet. I think I was allergic to it and I kept
Oh, you
sneezing.
okay, so describe for anyone who is
I could do
snorting
better.
out their coffee. What did you do you have it still? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so to answer your question, yes, I feel like lighting, I feel like stimulation stuff around does play a role in how we get our brains to focus. So, oh, I have a thing on.
Oh, this is
So this is
spectacular.
so I would tie it and it would
Yeah,
just make me so I could only see the screen.
right.
I'm already starting to feel it tingle my nose. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't provoke yourself. Um, that is amazing.
yes.
I love how inventive that is. But I genuinely was worried for your well-being for a hot moment when you texted
So,
me.
for anybody who couldn't see, it's just a giant big pool sun hat with a scarf bending down the sides, so I couldn't see anywhere except straight forward.
You're right though, that description of like horse blinders where it's like to just narrow the field of vision to focus. Like
I
I get,
don't recommend Googling horse blinders for people because you're going to get into some
uh-oh,
you're going to get into some areas that
potato,
aren't
potato, potato.
so. But yes,
I
I
think it,
I
go
do
ahead.
think that dimming and reducing the lights and sensitivity stuff helps.
So last night it was dark and I just had a lamp on and my Scrivener is in dark mode. So,
Hmm.
and it's interesting because you know my writing history that I get real scrappy, when I want to get words and I have learned to push through some of those sensory things with varying degrees of success. But yeah, I generally can kind of push through if I have a deadline or if I know I'm trying to get a certain number of words. But last night I was just like, no, this is nice. It feels cozy. Like it's kind. It's a kind environment. So I got 870 words in about, I don't know, it was about an hour,
Do
which is
you,
decent.
that is amazing, first of all. That's awesome because you're on a flow and you're getting it out. Do
Yeah.
you self-edit while you write, or you're doing
No.
sprints like you were just like letting the fingers fly?
When I sprint, especially when I sprint, I try really hard to, I don't know what the right word is for it. I really try hard not to self-edit, and I use a lot of placeholder codes for myself. Like if I know there's a name and I don't want to have to Google it because I've researched it already, but I know there's a specific name, I'll just put X's, and X's for me just mean it's something I've already looked up. It's part of my existing research. And I can just go back in during a session and just put in all the correct X placeholders, right? So I do that a lot. It stops me because I of course high input. I want to go and I want to research and get that name again and pull it back in, and but it would lose my word time. So sprinting for me is just words. And last night was honestly just about getting unstuck because the book is there. It's half done. It's beginning and ended. Like there's the structure to it. It just needs to be fleshed out because it existed from the first draft I did of the first book in 2018 when I did the bulk of the first draft. So, um, and I don't know about
I,
you, but sometimes transitions are just harder for me. Like the main scenes are there and just trying to like some of
oh,
those
that's
transition
interesting.
pieces. I just know they're going to require more thinking, and so I tend to put them off.
And you put
I
a
hold
placeholder
them.
in those too?
Yeah, sometimes just because I need to go where the words are.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Stay in the zone.
yeah,
Yeah. I've started doing something similar, which I have never done on
right.
any of my manuscripts, is I will do like a placeholder. I'll just be like, name this town later, and I'll put it in brackets and move on.
Yeah, yeah,
And I didn't think I could ever do that before because my brain is like, no, we need to know what to call this. You
yeah.
need to spend 2 hours figuring out a name. But lately, I've been working past it and it's helping. I really think I get more words
Mm.
out.
Look at you pantsing.
Oh, I am definitely a planter. So,
Lancer.
oh, I am such a planter.
I'm a Lancer too. It's more on the answer side than the pla.
I feel that. I feel like my act one is so structured and so planned out
Yeah.
and so outlined that I don't spend a lot of time going too deep into my outline on act two and three just because my brain is in the story and I'm like, oh, we can put a breadcrumb here for foreshadowing or
Hmm.
and so
Mm.
yeah. I don't fight it anymore. It's like
Oh no, no.
this is who I am as a writer.
Yeah. Um, well, Jonah Penn refers to it as discovery writing, which I like that term as well. And I think that it encompasses things nicely. Because just because I'm not planning everything out doesn't mean I don't have an idea of where it's going. It just
Yes.
means that there's that journey is more about discovery than having sort of landmarks already plotted out.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because it makes sense for when I'm writing. It's like
Hmm.
things come to me as I'm writing, and that may not have come to me when I'm trying to think of the story even before I've written a first draft.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think for so many people who have high input and high intellection too, you're doing so much thinking work before you ever sit down to do words.
Yes.
That's part of it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I I I have I'm going to veer a little bit.
go for it.
Um but I have started doing more of a story Bible. especially because I'm starting a new series. And so I'm like, now
Yeah.
is the time to really set up my story Bible. And I've been using Google Docs. And instead of doing like a sheet, Excel spreadsheet or
Yeah.
Google Sheet, um, I'm using the Google Docs and then I'm using the tabs where I
Okay.
can set up like a character and then it's just this really organized way. And I can share it with my line editor. It includes like a
Oh, yeah.
style sheet.
Now, when you say tabs, I'm not familiar with, I haven't used Google Docs that way in a while.
Yeah,
What do you mean by
I think
tabs?
they started that a year or two ago where you can do it's a doc
Yeah.
and you can add tabs now. So it's like new pages or think of it as like
Like a
a
binder?
5 year. Yeah, yeah. So you can
Nice.
just like add layers into the one doc. You could do
Oh, so
chapters
it's
like
like a
chapter
little,
one, chapter two, chapter three. So it's not all on one page.
oh.
It's
So it's like a
so
little
nice.
wiki. You're creating your own little wiki.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
so I can put everything in there. And so like on the first tab is like the main stuff of the story.
Yeah.
But then I could do a sub tab in that tab to do like, hey, my acknowledgments, because I always forget for the acknowledgments. Who did I work with? Who did I? So then I can
Yeah.
start tracking who my beta readers are, who my ARC reader, who I want to thank, and just put it all in there to reference later. So it's like literally a story Bible all in one Google Doc, just like one Google Doc.
Oh, I love that.
I, yeah, it's my
That's
first
really
time doing it because my notes are usually everywhere. Like,
right, right,
ugh. And I was just to the point where I'm like, if I want to write 18 plus books in this series, because they're short
right.
novels, I really need to, keep everything organized. And I was using Plotter. Plotter is
Okay.
fantastic. I really do like Plotter. And we had talked to the guy who had started Plotter, right? At 20 books to Vegas. 20 books, yeah. Was he one of the ones we talked to? Because we went around and
Oh
we,
gosh, you're really pushing my memory there. I don't know. Possibly we talked to, was it on the vendor day? Is that
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I know we talked to a bunch of people, but
We
Plotter's
did. We
where
talked to a lot of people
I
that day.
remember Plotter being one of the vendors there. That's where I had discovered
Okay.
it and I had
Yeah.
tried it. And it's like Scrivener for me. I was coming and going back and forth to it. And then recently I've been using it a lot. And then I was like, I can't share it with my line editor.
Right.
So that's when I moved to the Google Doc that I could share with my line editor.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is fantastic. Plotter has everything to keep track, like a story Bible, but I
Right.
couldn't share it. And then I was like,
Yeah, and I could see that being super helpful, even if you were like for anyone who had like a book coach or a developmental
mhm,
edits or
yeah,
anything structure based too, just to keep track of.
yeah. And I'm not
Especially,
downplaying Plotter. Plotter is
oh no, no.
fantastic. I still use it in regards to the actual, let's plan out
Mm,
acts one, two, and three. But when it comes to the story Bible stuff, I just found that if I want to share it with other people, a Google Doc just works better.
yeah. Well, and when you're keeping track of so much story and your editors are editors are coming into it as well with that they're coming into it cold. They don't have the background that you do. And who knows, like you may just, depending on what you're doing, have to have other editors step in if some editors aren't available. Like
True that. Yeah.
having that resource to share is really important. Yeah,
Yeah. No,
that's a good
my
idea.
line editor was very happy when I sent it to her. I said,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if this helps or not, but here it is. And she was like, this is
Yeah,
fantastic.
that makes sense. That's very thoughtful. I love that you've done that. It's something I probably should do, but haven't.
Well, it's something I should have done years ago, but I never did. So,
I wonder how bored my brain would get with it too, like having to go back and revisit. Maybe I should give it a year or two. Go
well,
back.
I don't know if it's meant to be read. it's meant to be a resource.
Referenced,
So,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you put your
true.
character demographic stuff in there. And if
Yeah,
you say, oh, what color eyes was this character? Where was their tattoo? It's just a nice place, all in one place. So,
yeah.
so yeah, that is
There is actually a tattoo in my book.
there you go. Do you remember where it is?
No. It's a big story. I'm not going to
I
hold all of that in my head. That's why I need a story Bible.
What are you drinking?
I think you've just made your case for my needs. Coffee, always coffee, pretty much always coffee, except when it was cider, but now it's coffee again.
Nice.
What about you?
I am doing a half lemonade, half iced tea from Grymes. We went to lunch there.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're fancy.
Fancy people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like write everything down too that we talk about. So, so that was one of the things that we said we were gonna
We
try
were gonna
to,
write things down. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um,
Do you have do you want to do tea or do you want to what else do you have?
oh, I think that was about it. Mostly I was just proud of myself for getting some words instead of no words and for getting a planner instead of no planner. So,
That is
I'm
awesome.
definitely further down the track than I was last time.
Well, it's also a really big win because that's outside of your comfort zone, getting a planner and just having that
Yeah.
visual, that book just sitting over there saying, fill me
Yes.
in.
Yeah, that it was funny too because when I was looking at I was looking to see like what designs and things. I'm like, maybe if it's bright and colorful, I won't forget about it. And I saw some of the designs and I'm like, nope, I think in like 6 months that cover is going to be annoying and that cover will mock me and this cover will say, why aren't you looking at me? Um so
You're
I
like, let's
got a
just go with.
I got a very ordinary, very subdued. It'll be there when I need it, and in the meantime, it will just sit there very quietly waiting for me. So, yeah,
I mean, use it for whatever you need to use it for.
yeah,
Just don't force yourself. If you don't get to it, you don't get to it. It's not
yeah.
not not a problem.
I think we're keeping track of words and sprints probably, and just maybe putting in the structural stuff, just so I have a scope of the year and where all the breaks and things are for school and whatnot. So, yeah.
I don't normally keep word count, but I had a bit of FOMO at the end of 2025 when everyone was posting their 2025 wrap up and they're like, I typed this many words this year and I did this many, books. And I'm just like, I want to do that. I want to say I wrote 100 and something thousand words this year. So,
Well, if it's for observing and seeing patterns, I could see it being helpful,
yeah,
even if it's just for the duration of this project or whatever. So, yeah, just, observing my own
definitely learn more
writing.
about yourself. Everybody
Yeah.
should learn more about their writing habits and their writing capacities.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
Done and done.
I'm excited to hear your update the next time we chat.
Like it's water and I have no words.
No, no, you're gonna do
Um,
fantastic.
so you mentioned some tea.
Yes.
Is it hot tea, sweet tea,
Well,
tea you
let's
left in the
see.
microwave?
Oh, my coffee's always left in the microwave. Let's see. I just have some reminders. So I guess it's
Okay.
more sweet tea or just no gossip tea right now. So it's that time of year when
Mhm.
everybody should be getting ready for tax season. So January is the ideal month to get your 2026 spreadsheets out for tracking your expenses, tracking your, where you're getting your sales from, and in-person events. If you have those, you're going to want to make sure you have books on hand, order your books, order your swag, blah, blah, blah. But
That's
come
good.
tax season, you will be very grateful that you have all of that in a handy dandy spreadsheet. So, reminder, that is a T reminder.
I love that. Thank you. I don't
You're
have to do any
welcome.
of that yet because I don't have anything.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah,
But one day,
one day.
you're
Yes.
gonna want to track like your cover design expenses and your editor expenses and all that kind of stuff. And if you have reoccurring subscriptions like BookFunnel or Canva and all that kind of stuff, you just want to track all that stuff. I
Thank
know
you.
my husband wants me to.
Right. Um, and I guess a reminder to remind any of the other writers in your life if it occurs to you. I Do you use a special program out of curiosity, or are you just talking like mostly admin type, like gathering information?
I just use like an Excel or a Google spreadsheet.
Okay.
And I've kind of made my own for the past 2 years where I track everything. But there are software programs and there are websites for authors. Um, I can't remember. There was one somebody recently told me about, but um, I prefer, I'm OCD when it comes to how I want things to look. So I just do it myself.
Mhm.
And after you do it 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, you'll figure out what taxes to that you'll need to track and stuff like that. So
Okay.
sorry, my kids are like texting me. But
Oh,
yeah, that was the tea I just wanted
okay.
to share for that.
Fantastic. Oh,
Um,
and you
off,
mentioned something about your Kickstarter.
yes, I am in the distribution phase of my Kickstarter, which is fantastic. Everybody has been
Mhm.
so great, and the Kickstarter has been great. And something I've learned from doing this Kickstarter, which this is my second Kickstarter, but my first one wasn't fiction. It was more of a nonfiction workbook. So now
Mhm.
that I'm doing a fiction, a really pretty omnibus with all the bells and whistles, I'll be using a printing company overseas in China.
Mhm.
And there's 3 or 4 popular ones that a lot of authors use. And I highly recommend checking out if you're on Facebook, there's a Kickstarter for Authors Facebook page, which is a fountain of a sea of information for authors.
Mhm.
Um, Something that I didn't realize is that when you're printing overseas in one of the printing companies in China, they take a lot of time off for their holidays. So you need to incorporate holidays, their holidays into your distribution schedule.
Oh, and schedule.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
had anticipated ordering my books early February,
Mm.
but they have their holiday New Year
Oh, right. Yeah.
at the back half of February. So they take 2 to 3 weeks off where they shut down everything.
Right.
So nothing gets done. So even if I sent my files, they're not going to be printing anything until March.
Okay. So what kind of delay does that put in your distribution schedule? Like
Well,
we're talking like 2, 3 weeks, a month.
well, it's unpredictable because so even if I say, okay, I have to push it back, which I will have to eventually tell people I have to push it back, but there's still things that can go wrong. So even if you get your books, you have to do like a quality check, quality inspection, and there could be problems where you have to contact them. And contacting them, even the communication part is really hard because like where I am in the Midwest, if I email them, they don't usually respond until the middle of the night because that's their daytime.
Right.
So it's like I don't get another email till the next day.
Right.
So communication can take some days too. And so if there is some
Hemispheres, am I
problems,
right?
right? Seriously? Why can't we just have a flat earth?
One time
Um,
zone for everybody.
right, one time zone. Um,
I'll tell my family in Australia.
oh, the time zones in Australia. That's a whole
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah,
topic.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
But yeah, so if there are problems with the books that you receive, then you'll have to reach out and be like, you need to replace these. Can we fix these? Which adds on because they have to reprint them and then reship them. So
yeah.
it's hard when you have to anticipate when you're going to get the books to the backers. So, but I have started giving out the ebooks, which is really nice.
Okay.
I formatted those through Calibri. So that was really nice. Um, but yeah, I mean, the Kickstarter, if you're interested in doing a Kickstarter, I definitely suggest doing your research first. I mean, there is so much that goes into a Kickstarter, and it may look like not a lot of work, but it is a lot of work.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I'm hearing.
but it is so great. Like it's rewarding because you're getting connections. And I was talking to somebody recently about how beneficial Kickstarter is because when you do a launch, you might sell, 30 or 40 or 50 books, which is great. Um, but it's you get so much more reward when you do a
Mhm.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that will change how you do tiers in the future? Like I could anticipate like I've seen people when they bundle their tiers, they do ebook, and they'll often do ebook and paperback or like ebook and physical copy. And I wonder too, like just with the production side of it being potentially the most vulnerable, however, however that may look like. I'm thinking even like damaged stuff damaged in ship in transit and stuff like that, right? I'm wondering if that's just a good way to make sure that regardless of the physical delays, everybody's getting something that's
I think,
promised.
yeah, I
Um,
think a lot of the times, which I didn't do, which I probably should have done, but at the same time, I don't know. Um, a lot of authors do author the ebook version in addition
yeah,
to like the print copy.
yeah,
And I did offer out to my backers like a month ago or something saying, hey, if you want to get a jump on it and you want to start reading book one, I can send you book one.
yeah.
And mainly because BookFunnel had started a new, it's in the beta stage right now where you can do autograph ebooks.
Oh,
So you create this page and then and it adds it to your file. And you can, like I use my daughter's iPad here, and I just sign into BookFunnel and it pops up and I can write like CJ and then the quote of the book and then sign it with a stylus.
oh, brilliant.
And
Wow.
it's just like a signed book that they get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did want to offer that. And so a lot of people were like, oh, yeah, I'll start reading it. And so they were like, send it to me. But you're
I
right.
love that.
When you create the tiers, you do have to consider what will be shipped with what, where are you
Yeah.
getting it from? Um, Paperbacks might not necessarily be something you print overseas because that's something we can print here in the US very easily through Ingram or KDP or other local or printing companies. But the ones with all the bells and whistles, we don't have anything in the US that does anything like that at the price per book that happens overseas.
Got it.
So, and the company that I use, I can't remember the name of it, was recommended to me by an author, Rebecca L. Garcia. And she has done her research in regards to all the different printing companies. And she really likes this one that we'll be using because I guess it's not that the others aren't, but this one's appeared to be the most humane.
Okay.
And so it was really important for her to make sure for cleanliness and all that stuff. Not saying that the other printing companies aren't, but this one, she liked the way. And she's never had a problem with any of her printing. There were a couple where the foil will rub off or the binding would rip. I've seen things in the Facebook group from different authors. So she's never had a problem with this one. So I'm really excited to see the books and how they turn out and everything, which I'll show you in a few months when I get them.
So what is just to be clear, like what do yours have? Because you have the I know you said you had the foil on it and did you do the sprayed edges?
I am doing the sprayed edges, yes,
Okay.
which I designed myself. So I still have to figure out because they're supposed to send me templates and I have to make sure all the coloring is correct.
Nice.
So yeah, I did sprayed edges. I did the end pages where if you open
Okay.
the book, it's got
Yeah.
the character artwork on the end pages. Um,
And are
and
these paperback or hardback?
they're hardback and it's
Okay.
got a dust jacket and it has a
Wow.
reverse illustration on the dust jacket. So
Oh, nice.
I'm waiting for that to come through. That's like the last thing I'm waiting for. So and then it has color pages. So
Okay.
the chapter title pages is a two-page spread. So it's over 60 chapters. And so because of the number of color pages, the
Yeah.
whole book has to be done in color, which jumps the price
Wow.
up.
Sure, sure.
But I was like, it's fine. I really want the chapter titles to be in color. So
And did you do a box set with this one at all? So did you have to design like actual
no, I did
box at
not
all,
do
or
a
was
box
the
set because it's
okay,
just an omnibus. It's just one book.
okay.
And if I had done the three books, I probably would have done some kind of slipcover or box, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't do one. Yeah,
Well, that'd be really interesting to see when you hold it
yeah,
in your hand, the how all of those concepts have come to life.
yeah, me too. It was the first time I really worked with a like a high profile cover designer too,
Mm.
Holly Dunn. She was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, she
And
does beautiful work. Yeah.
yeah, I'm in love with the cover. So it was good. She was good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Kickstarters are definitely worth it. I'll have books to spare that I'll bring at events and everything.
Sure. Very cool.
Sorry, dogs are barking.
That is real life right there. My boiler's been going crazy, so I hear you. All right.
Yes, so that
Good.
is my tea. Just
Excellent.
some just reminder stuff. Reminder tea.
Yeah, beginning of the year reminder tea.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So all right. Anything like I'm so proud of you right now
Thank
for
you.
getting, some words out and you've got your book coming out soon too, so you're going to work on that publishing side stuff.
We'll see.
I think you're at that stage where it's like don't rush, because once you hit that publish button, then all of a sudden it's like the the, the
Yeah.
clock starts ticking for
Yeah. And I think, yeah, I'm just a lot more relaxed this year about all of it. So I, that input ideation part too, I feel like I'm giving it a little bit more bandwidth. And so,
and it feels good,
um,
right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I can't really tell 100% what changed, except that all the cheese I digested in December may have given me some sort of like micronutrient calming effect.
Oh, I forgot about the
Um,
cheese. I need to incorporate that.
it hasn't stopped. That is one thing I wish threads would give me more of. I need more cheese in my threads. Like I want to see like wedges, circles, stacks of cheese. I'd also take.
Rolling
So
down a hill.
more points if they're also
Yeah.
rolling down a hill
I love
to
that.
collect with the root vegetables at the bottom. Yeah. But yes, very much more relaxed this year about it.
Good.
Maybe part of that's also just having it done is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Mm,
fantastic feeling.
yeah.
You're
So
doing great, lady.
thank you. So are you.
Well, speaking of that, the next time we chat, I
Yes.
want to talk to you if we remember.
I'm gonna write it
I
down. I've got my pen and paper ready.
I was watching some of Becca Syme's videos, and I want to talk
Yeah.
to you about some of the things that she was talking about that I really want to incorporate into this new series I'm writing. So, um,
Okay.
yeah. So,
I'm intrigued. Writing a note right now.
yeah. Does it make you want to tune in to the next one?
Yes, because I want to hear what I'm going to say about that.
Yes, yes, I'm
Because that
excited to
sounds
tell you.
super interesting to me.
Well, I know how much Becca Syme is in the community, and her wisdom is amazing. So I
Yeah,
cannot wait to share and talk more.
I'm very excited. I'm writing that down so you don't forget to tell me
I
because I
will
want to hear
forget.
all the things. Thank you. Awesome. I can't wait. All right. Until next time with Becca's
Until next
time.
time.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
Listening to us. Hopefully, what we have said has motivated and what else? Help them get ready for tax season and
Yeah, and maybe just giving you a little motivation to get some words of your own.
some what? Oh, words
Words
in. I thought you said,
of your own.
but also threads. Try to think outside of the box and post
Yes.
some stuff and see what kind of interaction you get. And then,
See what
yeah,
happened.
we're
Yeah.
curious. So,
All right.
all right. Until next time.
Turtles.
Later, Gators.